hard work comes to mind. I really do have a lot of respect for our players.
This team really fights. They work hard and they want to be where they want to be.
Big swung on it into left field. Going in as a left fielder. Kelly, she dives, makes the grab, and there's your storybook ending. The Lancers are champions again, again, again.
Having a three-peat would be awesome.
Ready. Go. Ready. Go. Ready. Go. If you're talking about the fall, I felt pretty good because we had 14 starters back, 14 players back out of 17, so really comfortable with the maturity and leadership that we had.
I think we handled them very well, being a younger class. I think we showed up and were dedicated to the time we were putting in, and we just had a focus level that we've had in the past, which was really good to see from our freshmen. We had our juniors and our seniors step up and lead, which was also nice.
We definitely had a rough start, so it's been kind of tough, but overall our chemistry is really good, so it's kind of been nice to have good chemistry while we've been going through a rough patch, and then we've come out of it a little bit. So I think we're doing all right. Our hitting has been rough, and then when our hitting's doing well, it seems our pitching can't do well.
Well, there were some definite concerns because in the 7 or 8 games we played in the fall, we played one very good game against JMU, and then after that we really tailed off. And so, in looking back, I started at that point really putting a lot of pressure on them to make sure that they made some changes and were focused in their practice habits.
Well, as of right now, considering the first 2 tournaments that we've been in, we haven't been hitting very well. So I think that has to do with a lot of the energy that we have in the dugout and rooting each other on and just staying focused and kind of getting over the bad things that happen, just letting stuff go.
Most teams that handle the kind of adversity that we were going through will do a lot of finger pointing and blaming other people, and it's very difficult when you're a competitive athlete to be okay with losing, and I don't think that we were. But taking ownership of it and trying to smooth things out is really, really difficult. I haven't seen too many teams that go through the scenario that we were going through, where you lose your confidence, and because we weren't hitting well as a team, we were making a lot of errors, and so a lot of the kids lost their confidence. I am of the attitude that you're going to learn more in situations where you're not playing well than you will when you're playing well.
I think coming back from California, we kind of took a step back and looked at what we need to do, and I think the biggest thing was to work on hitting a lot more as a team and kind of breaking off into groups and working on what we need individually, and then coming together as a team 1 or 2 days a week, and it's been working for us.
I think just relaxation. We were pressing a lot because we weren't playing well, and then I'd go to practice and I felt like we were very stationary and our focus level wasn't where it needed to be. It wasn't that we weren't trying hard, because I believe we were. I could go in the weight room, we'd work hard. I'd go in running and conditioning, we would work hard, and then we would go to practice. It looked like we were staying the same all the time. So we just really changed gears a little bit, relaxed, and we really just started playing the game itself and not really worrying about the performance.
Hands together! Justina, not like that! Come on! Cut it! Cut it! Hands together, Krista! Cut it! Go cut that, Lily! Come on!
Now, as a coach, I have to learn to manage how to put them in a position where we don't let ourselves get into a hole and stay there. So, yeah, no, I find a lot of value in what they're prepared for once they graduate after going through 4 years of softball.
He's very hardworking and dedicated, as an individual, and wants to do better for the team. So, if the team were to mess up, she doesn't necessarily, at the time, she might say, hey, this is what you should do better, but she takes mostly full responsibility for herself.
Coach Riley kind of saw me when I was younger and saw me for what I could be and not what I was. She means the world to me, and I really would not want to be coached by anybody else.
And it's really about self-development, self-awareness. I know that I want independent, confident, mentally tough kids when they graduate, because I do know there are going to be challenges in their life.
If you were to take your coaching style, put in 1 to 2 words, what would you call it?
I would pretty much call it hardworking and determination.
Tough love.
Respect and hard work.
Competitively aggressive.
Accountable, hardworking.
Tough, passion.
Golly, in your face, like a bulldog. I mean, it's fierce.
One thing she actually said to me one time was that the reason we wake up so early in the morning to do our lifts and to work out is that so we'll get used to it later on in life, and that when we have like busy schedules, it won't be anything new to us.
Almost all seniors get to a point where they got to make a decision. Do they want to go out and give everything they got, or do they just want it to be over with? And to the credit for our 3 seniors, they really worked hard together to try to move us in the right direction, and it did make a difference for us.
Being a senior, I feel like my biggest thing was just working on leadership, actually, and making sure that I could produce as a senior for the team. So with hitting, outfield, just being a leader, being vocal, so things like that.
Well, I try to bring a positive attitude. That's one thing that I've always done ever since I was in high school. I also try to bring a sense of accountability, but most importantly, I really just try to go out on the field and do my job, work hard when I'm at practice, and hopefully, you know, my actions will be evident to other people on the team, and they'll kind of follow in my footsteps.
As a senior, I think I've like set an example for like the younger girls on how to like stay positive through it all, because it's not always fun, honestly, but like you just have to trudge through it, and it gets easier. Like now they're starting to enjoy like ball, so I just think I try and like set like a positive tone for our team.
Sports, they have to have a grassroots situation, and then they have to have the funding to be able to withstand it. And you could even look at the WNBA, and without the help of the NBA and them putting them in a position financially to withstand the growth period, then I don't believe they would be able to do it. So I think softball's in the same situation. They really are going to have to withstand the test of time for people to actually have enjoyment from seeing it on a level every day.
I think it's growing. Probably because they don't see the money in it. It would be my first thought, because I do think it's an exciting sport to watch. But I think really the revenue that they're not seeing, or they don't feel like they're getting, hopefully that will change.
Softball is just one of the sports that just has to come up on the rise. In softball, we're just getting into, you know, the NPF and everything. It's just not as big. I don't know why, but I don't really have an answer for that.
And, you know, one time Major League Baseball did talk to the NPF about coming in, and it didn't come to fruition, but I do think it would really help us if they did.
I'm what they call the manager.
Love him. Everybody loves him.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he brings like joy to the team.
He's a really happy-go-lucky, easygoing guy, loves to have fun, and you talk about the relaxation component. Because I'm competitively aggressive, you have to have your alter egos and people that will do things to put the players on an even keel and relax them as well.
He's amazing. He brings such a positive vibe to our team.
He brings life. Sometimes when we go on an away trip and he's not with us, it's kind of like, what are we missing? And we come home to a home game or a home series, and he's there, and we're like, that's it.
You know, he fills in when we need a player to run bases or do something like that. We don't want to use one of our everyday players, and he'll put pressure on the defense because he's quick. And then even more importantly, this year, he was our bullpen catcher for all the pitching practices.
Like, I could not be here without him. Like, he's so supportive, and he catches our bullpens, and he like whatever he's asked, he does.
I don't really know how to thank him, because he does a lot more than people would think a manager does.
Last year was one of the most exciting years for us because we made another step. Not only did we go to the regionals, we went to regional finals, and it was really exciting for us. Well, I think, you know, one thing I've learned with the season was not to think too much about it being a three-peat or anything else. The key is, can we go in and can we enjoy the game? and can we play as close to our best softball as possible. And again, I think part of, in the middle of the season, I think we were trying too hard.
Our goal is to ultimately continue to get better each year. So all starts at the conference tournaments.
Hopefully things will start falling into place. So I think we have a good shot of taking the conference or the tournament again.
I want to help my team win another championship. Having a three-peat would be awesome.
This year, I would definitely like to get further than regionals, considering loss in the regional championship game.
So I think we focused on the end too much. So now, again, I think, you know, we just have to like play our very best and let whatever story unfolds be what it's going to be at the end of the year.
I think we're going to, I think we'll probably win another one, but I think definitely by tournament play, we're going to have it all together and we'll be like a force to reckon with. So.
All the players from last year realized that, hey, we made it to the regional championship and we definitely can win.
I mean, our goal is to go back to regionals, make it to the regional championship, and go to super regionals. That's our big goal. But first we got to win the Big South Championships.